So today it's a big milestone. It's the first sale of a new business I've just recently founded and I'm super excited about. So if you're an entrepreneur, business owner, and you can remember that point, or you're considering starting something new, keep watching, keep listening. Hopefully this will resonate with you. Welcome back to consecutive day 1737 of a diary of a runpreneur. Today's topic is all about that massive milestone when you make your first sale in your new business or venture, and what that really means to you. But before we get started, please don't forget this is part of a fundraiser of saving the lives of children by attempting the ultimate ultra marathon of run vlogging on consecutive days, distance of a lap of the world, barefoot style. And more people we get in front of, more money we raise, more children's lives we save, which is why I do this every single day. So back to the topic at hand. It's been a big milestone today. So my new business venture, which is operations director. It's a digital operations director, done for you service, done for you business operating system to help small to medium sized enterprises drive efficiencies in their business, allow them to make real-time data driven decisions, and also manage and get the most of their people more effectively. Kind of three of the kind of key areas that business owners struggle with, so to speak. And today I had a kind of a soft conversation with somebody who was interested in being an early adopter of the business model, of the software, of the operating system I've been building. And 2 hours later, he's agreed to sign up, and that is a £6,000 sale, which is amazing. And the euphoria that kind of creates is huge when you're starting something new. You know, if you've spent months, years, however many hours of time and effort planning in launching something new, and you get that first sale, it's a real confidence booster and something that I'm truly excited about. I think the key thing I took from today is that what I'm building is going to be truly remarkable, and it's going to be absolutely game-changing to so many entrepreneurs and business owners, which is something that I'm so passionate about. And it was a really easy sale, really. I think the reality was this person was a kind of perfect kind of example of who my target market is. Somebody who's successful, built a good-sized, profitable business, but they're just completely overwhelmed, stressed, anxious, kind of completely struggling to kind of work on the business rather than work within it. They feel completely tired or feel like the shackles are on of their business. And you know, this is exactly what digital operations director, which is the product and service, can actually do to kind of help alleviate. And the business was based on kind of three foundational areas, really: systems and processes, people management, and data. And when I look back at, we're talking about some kind of scary statistics amongst small to medium-sized enterprises and business owners in general. And the scariest one is that 90% of businesses fail. So people go into kind of a new venture or business with massive optimism, thinking that this is going to be the real deal. Next year we're going to be millionaires, in the words of the old boy Trotter from Only Fools and Horses. If you're from the UK and you're watching sitcoms back in the 70s, 80s and 90s and the early noughties, you would know exactly what I mean by that statement. But the scary facts of reality are that you've got a 10% chance, 1 in 10, of making it a success, which is scary statistics. And then you dive in a little bit deeper. 85% of business owners cite that the reason for their business failures is lack of cash or poor cash flow management. So that leads really nicely into the kind of real-time financial data decision making that the kind of system kind of is built around. So you can actually see real-time financial data and forecast projections, all automated with AI as well, which can kind of really revolutionize the ways you make decisions. The second one is that 40% of business owners work over 60 hours a week, completely unsustainable. And 60% of business owners work over 50 hours a week, still completely unsustainable in terms of, you know, trying to get the balance of life right with in entrepreneurship. And there's obviously a strong reason why divorce rates with entrepreneurs is so high and why burnout, breakdowns, mental health breakdowns are so common with business owners also. So between 40 and 60% of business owners are working between 50 and 60 hours and more a week, which is just not sustainable. And that's going to be predominantly down to being involved in the day-to-day, the repetitive recurring tasks that just with some robust systems, processes, standard operating procedures, training regimes, a bit more organisational structure with your people, your team, your delegation, you can take hours and hours and hours and hours a week off of your workload just with having robust systems and processes. And then the next stat, which was really important, was 75% of business owners state that their poor level of their team or the management of their team or getting the most from their talent is another fundamental reason why the business failed. And that comes down to how they're managed, how your business is structured, how the organisational structure is set up, how they're kind of targeted, all these types of things, how they're developed. And that's where, again, the third area of digital operations director focuses on, which is the kind of people management side of things in terms of the task delegation, how people are kind of managed, how tasks are delegated, how workload is assessed. All these types of things are really, really important. And yeah, really, really excited to be launching this because you could just see yourself in the kind of conversations I was having. You could see each one of these kind of talking about these problems were so resonating so much, the pain points with this entrepreneur in question. And then when I was talking through the scenarios of how we optimize with automation and AI and how we can kind of revolutionize the systems and processes of doing, make things take a huge amount of the human intervention, manual intervention away from the systems and processes, it was just ticking all of the right boxes for this individual. The pain points were right, and as a result, we closed our first sale. So, yeah, hugely excited about this. It kind of validates the demand, the importance, and but it also ramps up the pressure because the product isn't completely built yet. In fact, it's probably maybe 50% built. And because we implement the system over a 12-week plan, we're aiming to build it out as we go. So we're beta testing it at the moment. So it creates some pretty hard, pressured deadlines to kind of work within. But sometimes they're needed to get the desired outcome. But ultimately, learnings from my diary today are, if you're a business owner, entrepreneur, you start something new and you make that first sale, it just feels like complete euphoria. It feels like validation of all the hard work and effort you've got to getting to this point. And providing you deliver on what kind of promises you make, it really sets you an exciting pathway to what could be a really exciting future. You still have to remain very grounded, certainly on the basis that, 9 out of 10 businesses will actually fail, which is an alarming statistic. But there's a lot of reasons for that high failure rate. And with the product that I'm launching, I believe it will greatly enhance the likelihood of your business being a success. So celebrate these milestones, really, really important. Use the pressure of delivering a remarkable product or service to your first paying customer in a positive way. Get it to be a catalyst, get it to drive the kind of passion and the work ethic from your team. And reward the team as well, because they've ultimately been a huge part of getting whatever you've done to the level it's at, certainly if you have a team. So watch this space. There'll be a lot more updates on this journey, but I'm really excited today. It's been a big mark stone and something where I can start to see where this business can go. And it's probably, well, it is outside my philanthropic ambitions. It's the business that I'm certainly most passionate about. So stay tuned, and question or comments, drop me a line. I respond to everyone. Do remember though, if you believe in my mission of saving the lives of children by attempting the ultimate ultramarathon of run vlogging on consecutive days, a distance of a lap of the world, barefoot style, do give us a subscribe, share, like and comment. More people we get in front of, more money we raise, more children's lives we save, which is why I do this every single day. Thank you as always, stay positive, stay happy, I'll see you again tomorrow.